Good Friday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to Real Talk. Thank you kindly for joining us. Guys, a 3-day weekend right around the corner, and I don't know if anyone is watching this program, but this 3-day weekend could not have come at a better time for all of us, I believe. Again, thank you for joining us. We're live in Charlottesville, across Central Virginia, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world. We're presented by Yes Realty Partners and Yes Team Realtors. It's great to connect with you with this platform. Judah, let's go to the studio camera. This is going to be an hour of tremendous fun, and I'm going to go ladies first. Elaina Mangione of her namesake restaurant, Mangione's on Main, one of the best of the best. This gentleman, this dapper Don right here, is Quinton Beckham. I love how he wore the red shirt to complement the red and the jacket. You see that? He put some thought into that, Elaina Mangione. You wanted some adjectives, you said.
And he's got the Keller Williams button, too, so representing right there. Yeah.
Keller Williams pen.
He's
red, white, and blue going on for the weekend.
Yeah,
a little red, white, and blue for the weekend.
And some stubble right there to look movie star-esque.
Yeah, you know, I was lazy this morning. I was like, yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday, and it's a long weekend.
And speaking of a little stubble, the tallest gentleman on the set, the Renaissance Lee Elberson of Clayborne Education. ¿Qué pasa, chico?
Thanks for having me. Love being on the show. Gonna be a fun day, I think. Gonna be a fun day.
And I would like to point out, we do have a live studio audience in the person of Bert Crinks, Elena's husband. Behind every successful woman, there's a man watching.
Can we get some noise from our live studio audience, Bert? Yes, Bert's in the house. There we go. Very perfect timing, Lee. And let's not forget Liza the dog. All right, I'm stepping back. The show is yours.
So I was sort of puzzled as what to do today, and I just thought about how much my friends lie, and I thought it would be fun to get them all together and do a show called Two Truths and a Lie. And they have agreed to bring some knowledge from the education industry, from the restaurant industry. I'm going to try and participate with real estate. I've been looking things up furiously online today to get educated, and give us 3 sentences, 2 of which are true, 1 is a lie. Those of us who are not giving the sentence, as well as you out that are paying attention, will be able to have a moment to try and talk about whether that's true or not.
Ooh.
And I think Lee really went to work at this.
I know, I have no doubt he did.
He really went to work. Yeah. You can tell by just the condition of his haircut and his beard that he's obsessive compulsive. And so he was awake all night trying to research things that connected education to the other 2 of us.
Yes.
Did you know before on Keith's last show, he texted Keith that night and asked for 45 years of data?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
That doesn't surprise me. Well, but Keith's been gathering data since he was 26, so he's probably got it. And I think we should go ahead and start with Lee giving us something that is either a truth or a lie, and then we have to try and figure it out.
You ready for this?
We're ready.
We're ready. So we've got to try. We don't know this either, guys. We've all brought our questions here all on our own.
Okay. So I figured we start off with something fun. So this is about college mascots.
Okay.
All right. So the Rhode Island School of Design, their mascot is Scrody the Nads. University of California, Santa Cruz is Sammy the Banana Slug. And University of Louisiana Lafayette is Couillon the Crawfish. Which one of those is a lie and the other 2 are truths?
Scrody the Nags is totally true.
Well, he went to...
And the banana slugs is totally true.
And he went to Louisiana. Didn't you go to that school, the 3rd one?
Yeah.
You did, right? So what are we going to say?
Well, I know number 2 is true. Absolutely, because I've spent many a drunk night discussing the banana slugs.
Okay. Tell us more. Tell us more, please.
We're one, couple nights we'd have, let's go research weird mascot names, and it also might be in like a a game that we play too. So I don't know, but that one I know should be true.
Really interesting. So we think I'm getting a consensus that the 3rd one is the lie.
You think so?
Well, that's where he went to school. That's where he went to school.
The crawfish, Louisiana.
Couillon the Crawfish.
I think the Couillon Crawfish. I think that might be right.
What was the Reds mascot again?
The top one was Rhode Island School of Design is Scrody the Nads.
We think that's true. We totally think that's true.
We do?
Scrody the Nads?
If
Who would
Scrody
name
the
their
Naz.
mascot Scrody the
Like
Naz?
design school.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that's true?
RISD would.
Have you seen the people that go to RISD?
No.
I've walked on that campus. It's completely
So you
true.
think it's Scrody the Naz is
I
true?
think it's. I totally would go for that.
I don't know. I
What do you
feel like
think?
number one is not true.
I feel like number one is not true too.
And he feels like number three.
Okay, so we have a consensus that number one is the lie.
Is number one the lie?
No, he
Really?
was right.
No! Quinton
The
Beckham!
University of Louisiana at Lafayette are the Raging Cajuns, and our mascot is
Should've
the pepper.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
I want
Your mascot is a pepper?
Is a hot pepper.
Is
yes.
that true?
That is true.
Really?
Yeah.
So on the sidelines, there's a hot pepper.
There's a hot pepper. It used to be actually a Raging Cajun who would go and like throw up popcorn and get kind of wild, but then they toned it down to just a hot pepper.
Okay.
So, good call. But Kuya the crawfish, that could certainly be it, right?
Kuya the crawfish
I also
is good.
Elena, we've known each other a long time. I'm really disappointed you doubted me about Nads.
You know,
Whoa.
just before you said that, I was about to jump in and say, I don't know why I ever doubt you.
Keith Smith is
you
watching
have
at
the-
St. Martin's. He's like, where are the damn buzzers? He literally said that. Where are the
You have
I
buzzers?
tell you, Keith,
Yeah.
I advocated for them. I knew you would be asking.
He
about
said,
that.
where are the buzzers?
Yeah.
You also have a large capacity for innocuous information. So
I know a lot of useless
He
trivia.
does.
You're
He
really
really
correct.
does.
It has
Yeah.
absolutely no bearing on real life.
Well, it's because you read a lot, right?
It's because I believe everything.
No. Quinton Beckham.
Just believe everything.
Playing poker with you, you don't believe anything. This guy's the biggest calling station in poker I've ever met.
And is he
Makes
usually
him very
right?
Fun to play with.
Is he usually right?
I'd say it's about.
I think I follow the statistical mean that if you always raise, you're going to be right, but no, there's no skill in it whatsoever.
The last time he came on the show, he said he was a professional poker player at one time. Did he tell you that before he played in your poker?
He's really quite good at it.
Yeah.
And in fact, my favorite thing about playing with him is him and our shared group of friends that play together, they're all kind of serious about it, and then I just screw it all up.
Yeah.
And so he stares across the table at me with hate and dagger in his eyes. And
Why, because of table talk?
No, he just gets in your head sometimes. You know, he calls you when he shouldn't call you. But yeah, we also play with Blake Hawthorne, who is a friend of the show. Yeah.
Who's next?
Next up is Ms. Elena.
Oh, does he have more than one?
He
We're-
does, but
we're gonna go around.
Oh,
we,
well.
we can't just listen to him all at once.
All right, well, I only did one round. I didn't know I was supposed to do multiple
That's
rounds.
quite all right.
Yeah, no pressure.
Okay.
Quite
I'm
all
going to
right.
come up with mine on the
Meanwhile,
fly
I could
after
probably
you.
I know, I could probably think of
We'll
some
give
more
you some
while he
time
does
in
that.
between, yeah.
All right, so here are my three. The best time to dine out is midweek.
Okay.
All COVID restrictions at restaurants are lifted as of today, May 28th. Never order fish on Mondays.
That's a good one, Lena.
Dude, that was
Ooh,
good.
I think you needed to do those one more time for
Yeah.
us.
Okay. The best time to dine out is midweek.
I would say that's true. I mean, from a restaurateur, they want your midweek business. So I cannot imagine she's marginalizing midweek business.
And maybe there's more specials during the week, so maybe it's best for the consumer too. So that, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Or you're
being true.
competing with other crowds less, so you
Yeah.
get better service.
So we think that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. As of today, May 28th, all COVID restrictions at restaurants are lifted in the state of Virginia.
Ooh,
Jared,
I'm
come on,
about
this
to.
is
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
12:01 today. So we
Okay.
literally can go anywhere in the state of Virginia, in
So
the Commonwealth.
12:01, like at noon or
12
like midnight? Because
Just
midnight.
past 12:01, behind us.
Oh, behind us.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
Okay.
I've been in a bubble for the last 24 hours. I don't know what's happened.
That is
So we
true.
think that's true. So it's really between 1
So-
and 3. And the third one is about fish on Monday.
Never order fish at a restaurant on Mondays.
You know, I think that may be the case because if the fish is still there on Monday, that means it did not sell over the weekend, and the fish may not be as fresh. That's my thinking. But maybe I'm wrong on
You know,
that.
I tend to agree with you. Although if you get fish in Louisiana, it's fresh. They get it straight off of the boat.
And let's cut to the chase. If you ever get fish at Mangione's, it's ridiculously fresh, and it's only the best fish humanly
That's
possible.
Well, thank you, Jerry.
Yes.
I suppose I worry about fish on Monday because it was, like now it's fish stew, and on Friday it was just fresh cut halibut, and suddenly nobody will eat it because there's some study that now they have the intelligence of a dolphin, and so the chef, trying to make his owner happy,
you're right.
like turns it into something else, and look, it's this whole new thing, and
I think you're right. I saw that in the movie Ratatouille as well when he's talking right now. So I think he's actually right about
Wow,
that.
make sure to put that as a reference in the show.
Yeah, Ratatouille?
Yeah, well,
because of course,
that's your reference.
chefs are morally onerous, and if you don't believe that, I'll introduce you to Mick. But
Chef Mick is nothing but high character individual.
yes,
Absolutely the best. So which one's fake?
We're
False?
still between 1 and 2, though. I don't feel like I have a strong sensation.
2, we are pretty sure is true.
Oh, I know for a fact it's true.
1, best is somewhat ambiguous, but we think we've logicked through that it's probably best for the restaurant and the consumer. Maybe there's more specials during the week, and restaurants want your business during the week.
I'm going to go the fish.
I think fish too.
You're the captain here of the team, QB. I say the fish.
Oh,
You were
gosh,
right
you
last
guys
time.
are screwed.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
hear
he
the
was
question?
right. What? Did we hear it wrong?
What?
Did she read it wrong?
Never order fish at a restaurant on Mondays?
Yeah.
I think that's true, though. So that leaves us with...
The May 20. I mean,
Why would there
Best
be...
time to dine out is midweek? All restrictions lifted?
You've
So
given us
Quinton,
hard
why-
ones.
Yeah.
Hard ones.
But Quinton, why would you so the best time to get fresh fish is when it's fresh. Why would they get fresh fish on Monday? Monday's
Right.
probably not a super big day for restaurants.
And that would be an oxymoron, fresh fish on Monday, because it's coming in earlier for the weekend rush.
Yeah.
And I just want you to know, he sounds really convincing, and this is how we end up believing dumb things.
Yeah.
Because
And this is why he takes all the money at the poker game.
because tall, obsessive-compulsive, manicured people just sound really convincing, and we believe them, and it's a complete lie. Yeah,
Can I join the boys'
don't-
poker night?
I want to be there as well. Sounds amazing. I love to gamble.
I want to believe that. Yeah.
Okay.
What are we saying? Fish.
Judas says the fish one? Is that what he said?
We think it's fish. I think it's number 3. Quentin, can you
We
sign
think
off
the
on
fish
that?
one is the lie.
Yeah.
Fish one's the
Does
lie.
Judah
Okay.
think it's 3?
Judah thinks it's 3.
Judah thinks it's.
I think-
We're going with 3.
Everybody?
I think 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
true.
3. There we go.
And one, because restaurants have, I get to explain this, right?
Yeah.
Restaurants have a limited amount of deliveries, availability to actually get deliveries. And the chef, sometimes it's really early in the week, which could be Mondays, and the chef needs time to develop some specials and things like that. So the likelihood is you're probably getting some really fresh fish on Monday, not just the leftovers from the weekend. And, so it's not...
And midweek, you're more likely to get to try out little samples of what he's been working on from the food he got in on Monday.
Yes.
And you got great
and get
specials.
free taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mick's been doing an amazing job with specials. So,
Yeah. Neil Williamson says Ratatouille research. That made him chuckle right there. If you haven't seen Ratatouille, the movie, have you seen Ratatouille?
I've seen Ratatouille.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Is it your turn?
It is my turn,
Okay.
but wow, that was my
good.
mind is still thinking of all things restaurant right
I'm
now.
going to give you a fist bump for that.
Quinn, you
nice.
just don't believe. You're not a very trusting person, are you?
He's a real estate agent. He's a real estate agent.
Oh, now wait a second.
He's a real estate agent.
Don't make me start stereotyping that.
He is the best real estate
Yeah,
agent.
there's a lot of them watching
the history
feed.
of the world.
This is where we have to say there are a lot of great real estate agents in Central Virginia, right? That's what we say now, right?
This is true. This is true. Wow.
That got you thinking, QB. I see that.
All right,
did.
QB, what's your question?
Okay, so
What's your...
real estate. I had to look stuff up to try and get educated on the topic.
Cindy Elber said, 1 is the lie. 1 is the lie. Your mom is watching in Louisiana right now. We love you, Cindy Elberson, on the I Love CVille Network.
Okay, I may switch this up on you just a little bit. I'm only going to give you 2
Okay.
this time around because I want to spread this out a little bit. The first one is we all know real estate agents just sort of drive around and open doors and they do things, but they do it a lot and they're always busy and that's why they're always late and they're constantly answering the phones. And so the first statement is real estate agents work less than 40 hours a week. The second one is that real estate as an industry is majority male.
What? Oh.
I know that's a lie. That's a lie. 72% of car is female. I know that's a lie.
I think it's...
And I'm talking general national, so
All right, so real estate agents work less than 40 hours a week, which I think is a lie because they're working
They're
basically
grinding.
24/7.
Yeah, they're researching constantly.
But then you said the majority are male.
Male, that's a lie.
Which is also a lie, so I think they're both lies.
Wait,
The average, I think the average real estate agent, you're talking about the average in the state
We're
of
talking about
Virginia,
medians. We're talking about medians.
Medians. In the U.S. or in Virginia or in our area? Because I did
United
actually
States.
research on
It's
this.
the United States.
In the United States.
The majority of realtors are females. It's over the majority. I know for a fact that's
Yeah,
true.
So I think I think the second is the lie, because I think on average, the median, they work like 25 to 40 hours. I think I saw it.
No, we got to rephrase that. He chose certain words in that 40-hour week to trick us. Give us that word choice again. Look at this crafty.
Hang on, I gotta see what I wrote down.
I'm gonna
He's
give
trying
you
to
a
trick
tip
us.
with QB. Don't
Yeah.
give him too much credit,
Yeah.
okay?
So the first one
Okay.
is the majority of real estate agents work less than 40 hours a week.
Okay. Majority
Listen.
less than 40. Okay.
The second one is that the majority of real estate agents are male.
Yeah.
And this is national average.
So is there a third one?
National median.
No, he only
This
did
is
two.
I'm only giving you two right now.
Okay. I know for a fact that women dominate the real estate field as agents.
You said in car. You said this is local. You're talking about national.
And I'm pretty sure that's a reflection of national too. I'm pretty sure that's a reflection.
I'll defer to that.
What do you think? I
The
trust your
second one's
judgment,
a lie.
Elena.
I mean, I guess I've grown up around, both of my parents were realtors, and I feel like, most of the realtors I knew were women. So I'm going to go with,
I say
That's
the
the
women.
lie.
Say number two.
You guys are right. So the median is for hours worked is right in the middle. So half work more and half work less. So it's kind of half true, half lie. The real estate industry is completely dominated by women. 6 out of 10 real estate agents are female.
And how about in car? Is that
don't know-
72%? I think it's 72%.
I don't know all the demographics in cars specifically, but
I learned it from Amanda Spagoni.
well, she would know.
It was the woman's
I would-
roundtable we
I
had.
would, if you're quoting Amanda,
Yeah.
I would trust you. If we were just going on your knowledge,
Yeah,
I would question
thank
it. But Amanda would know, and I don't.
The good thing about this show, everything I say is a reflection of something one of the guests said on the show earlier or the week before that's a lot smarter than me. I just have a really good memory, that's it.
One of my favorite things about the fact that women dominate real estate is that it's kind of a recent occurrence. And it was a group of 13 women that got on a train in California because they weren't allowed to work in real estate, went to Chicago. No, they supported their husbands and their businesses. Did you see that look on Elena's? She's like, a woman wasn't allowed to do something? She's like, and I didn't bring my gun? Wait, what is it? They got on a train and were not allowed in the meeting rooms, but waited in the hallways for the men to come out and started lobbying them that, you're wrong and we can do this. And in fact, that guy on stage, I really run his business. And it has turned into women dominating the industry.
And I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying this just because I'm sitting next to an amazing one. Women should rule the world.
I agree.
I literally saw what my
Hey,
wife
Jerry,
went through for our son.
I'm going to let you in
Yeah.
on a secret. We already did.
I know you do. You're right. I'm sorry. What do you need, honey?
You look pretty. What can I buy you?
What, do you want shiny stuff, honey? You're exactly right. Oh, I have one. Could I go?
Yes, you may.
Jane Bell, all right.
Okay, are you ready? Speaking of women, I met my beautiful wife on an airplane. When I met my beautiful wife, I was wearing a tank top and camo cargo shorts. My wife moved down 5 weeks after meeting me from a hedge fund job in New York City.
Okay, say those three again. So one of these is a lie.
Yep.
One
I
more time.
met my wife on an airplane. When I met my wife, I was wearing a tank top and cargo camo shorts.
That sounds super believable.
That sounds
actually.
super
Yeah, I
believable.
could definitely
My-
see that in
Are
there.
those two separate statements?
I can totally picture it.
Statements. Those are two separate
Totally
statements,
picture
yes. And the third one is she moved down 5 weeks after meeting me from New York City, quitting Blackstone, a hedge fund, to come here with no job.
The third one's super specific,
Yeah.
which leads me to believe that one is true. I think the first one is the lie. It's mine.
Really, because the fault of most bad liars is that they over-specify.
That's
That they
generally
provide
true.
too many details.
That's true. That is actually very true, Quentin. Because they're thinking too much in the time instead of just saying what actually happened.
I actually disagree with that statement. Most prosecutors argue that the details are too vague, and that's how you can tell somebody's lying.
Yeah, but
You know what I disagree
that's
with?
just
That
prosecutors
Jerry would
lying.
show up on a plane in shorts and a tank top. That's what I disagree with. He's always so buttoned up.
Really, I think that's just for here. I think it's all a facade.
No. Yeah.
He's right. He's right.
It's gotta be, I think it's one of the first two.
It's either the
He met her on a
airplane.
plane, or he was at some Hanyak or barbecue, and he had a tank top and camo shorts on.
Yeah.
I think it's one. That's
The airplane.
the airplane.
I don't know, because, if the oxygen levels were low, that might have led to her attraction. She was delusional. All right, but I'll go with you.
You gotta have thick skin if you're Quinton Beckham's friend. You gotta have thick skin.
I agree. Number one is the lie. I think,
Okay, I'll go with number one.
yeah.
I met my wife in an airplane.
Really?
Yeah.
So there was an oxygen thing?
It was in Newark. We got it. She was stampeding around the terminal. I didn't have the confidence to talk to her. She was meeting her friends at a vineyard. She was dressed to the nines. She was showing a little, you know what? And I was like, who is that? And then she was on the airplane next to me. I switched seats from the back of the plane, sat next to her, got her phone number. We kissed that night outside the whiskey jar. I was wearing camo shorts and a tank top. What? And she quit her job at Blackstone, not in 5 weeks, but in 4 weeks, and moved down here.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
that's a terrible
bit
way
of a
to frame
setup.
this.
Okay.
Between 4 and 5 weeks, like, who is going to know?
Wait, are there rules to
Have you
lying?
ever mentioned this?
Jerry,
Yes.
you're not doing it right.
The general rule is to make it.
Don't order fish on Monday.
I would like to point out one thing, though, that you all are missing, is that when I talked about the specificity of the lie, you were wrong. It was the over-specificity of his lie on number 3. Too much detail.
Scott Williams is watching. You'll love this. If Jerry met his wife wearing that outfit, I've just got an even bigger fan, and I did not think that was possible. I was chastised at a bar in Boston once in the same outfit, and I've never worn cargo camo shorts. That's his boy, my boy, Scott Williams.
Saw Scott yesterday. He's great.
I saw him yesterday, too. Yeah. This is fun, Quinton. Don't forget that sound machine.
Oh, right.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, that one, Elberson.
Okay. All right. Got another fun one. All right. This one is about some of the degree programs or the degrees offered at universities around the country. Number 1, the University of Indiana offers a degree in bowling management. Number 2, the University of Maryland offers a degree in nuclear geophysics. Number 3, Texas A&M offers a degree in nautical archaeology.
Man, I have no
I
idea.
think it's number 3.
Because it's in Texas, and why would they have a nautical archaeology?
Yes.
Except that that's how offshore oil rigs.
Texas is
I
on,
just
yeah.
sort of figured, like, hey, we were digging in the ocean floor and we found this Cretacean thing.
All right.
And I've known this guy long enough where he's going to float one of them out there like that to try to trick us. And that's what I think this.
Like, I
and
totally
he's got
believe Indiana has a degree in bowling.
Grin on his
Yeah.
face over there.
And Maryland has
We're
a,
being totally judgy. We believe Indiana has a degree in bowling management.
and
Yeah,
I think I know
so.
somebody in Maryland that's gone through some super high-tech physics program. It used to be a business, like primarily business school, but I do know they've got a great engineering program with some really great, like,
And what did you say it was?
University of Indiana offers a degree in bowling management. That's number 1.
We like that one.
Number 2 is University of Maryland offers a degree in nuclear geophysics. And number 3, Texas A&M offers a degree in nautical archaeology.
Man.
I still think 3. That's
I'm going to go 3 too, but I think he's tricking us. Indiana and bowling management makes perfect sense. And I'm not trying to judge anyone from Indiana by any means. I say 3. I agree with Elaina. What do you think, QB?
Well, I think we're going to have to have... Oh, God. I think we're going to have a split vote. I think you guys should go with 3, and I think 2 is the lie, because after he defeated my last guess...
okay.
Okay, there we go.
Split vote.
He's right again. And you should get this right. What would nuclear geophysics study? Geophysics is the study of very large things,
Yes.
and nuclear physics is the study of very small things. Also,
Maybe if Operation Plowshare had actually done something, but no. And I think nautical archaeology is a thing, because you have to...
Yeah,
There's so many...
definitely.
We're pulling up boats, we're pulling up old wrecks, we're doing all this stuff. I could totally see that as being a thing.
You got one to go. Or no, she had one, so that means you're on the spot for your next one.
I also have some cross-industry ones if we run out that have restaurants, real estate, and education all the same.
This man came prepared.
So
Per
I'm gonna-
usual.
Jeez.
Always.
I'm going to give you two to choose
Two
between
truths
while
and a
she
lie.
thinks.
You came up with the show format, and you're not even going by it.
I feel like I have a little bit of, leeway here. I wore a jacket.
You did? You're looking sharp. Neil Williamson is showing on social where we can buy Shopify camo shorts. Thank you, Neil Williamson, for that. We appreciate you, my friend. Keith is watching the show in St. Martin. We appreciate you, Keith, in St. Martin. If you guys want to tell us which one is a lie and which people are playing the game. Sarah Simone, is that a Clayborne member?
Sarah Simoneau.
Simoneau.
No, she's a friend of mine from Leadership Charlottesville. We graduated 4 years ago. She was in my Leadership Charlottesville class.
Evan Hansen is playing the game with us. Your mom is playing the game with us. Timmy Ryan is playing the game with us. Keep them coming, guys. We'll start looking at the comments feed here. QB.
So I've got two to choose between. The first one is that the average real estate agent, the median real estate agent, makes more income than the median non-real estate agent in the United States.
Okay.
So general public. And the second one is that the median price of homes purchased by folks who identify as LGBTQI+, I can't remember if I've got all that right, are on average about $85,000 more expensive than any other demographic.
Ooh, give me that last one again.
Short version, gay or identifying as non-straight, your home average median price is, I can't say average median price is about $85,000 higher than anybody else's. At least $85,000 higher
And the
than
first one
anybody
was
else's. The first one is that average real estate agent makes more than the average non-real estate agent
That's a good one.
in annual income.
Average or median? You know why there's a difference, right? 'Cause
There
if
is a
it's- if
difference.
there's
Let's go with-
agents that make
you're right,
3
median.
million, they'll skew the
He's
average.
correct. It's median on both the
Okay.
questions.
I think one is the lie.
I think one is the lie too, but I've been wrong all morning. What do
Yeah,
you
that's
think?
true.
Yeah, we've been saying the same thing.
Elena's sitting there.
Why are you following my lead?
What Elena's doing is she's cataloging all of her gay friends' homes. She's like, oh, well, that was really nice. And that time in Florida, that was huge.
I mean, I'm kind of doing the exact same thing. If that's what you're doing, that's what I was doing.
No, I that's possibly true, even though albeit a bit specific, and we're supposed to be warned from specificities like $85,000 more.
You said real estate agents make more than non-real estate agents?
Real estate agents make more.
That's
Certainly not in their first year, they don't.
The median is true. I looked up that statistics I was putting together, so I think it's the second one is the lie.
You think the
I
Because
don't
it was
think the first one
specific.
is a lie.
Okay, so now let me restate. Are you sure?
I mean, Lee's has not missed one yet.
I know.
So should
And
we go
apparently
to...
he spent all night
I know, he
researching.
researched here.
It's been
When
all
you and
night,
I
but
were
was up
drinking
till like
Woodford.
midnight. Now, the statistics,
Now,
it's,
Lee talked me out of the right answer on yours, though. So I think Lee has missed one.
Okay.
So let me say it one more time, and then you guys have to choose.
Okay.
The median net income for real estate agents is higher than the median net income for the non-real estate
He's using
agent.
the word net.
interesting.
And realtors get to deduct everything, so their
I think-
net income is going to be low.
And the median value purchase price of a house for folks that identify as LGBTQI+ is at least $85,000 than any other demographic that you can split up.
I think 2 is true.
Now that he's changed
Yeah.
that, refined, he
I didn't change it. I stressed it, and you noticed it.
I think 2 is true. I think 2 is true.
All right, so yeah, I'm changing my guess. I think 1 is the lie.
I think one's the lie.
One
Okay,
is the lie.
One is the lie.
The
You
median
didn't
net.
have net the first time. When I asked about it, you added net in there.
We'll get Judah to replay the tape. All right. What's your best guess? Personal income, net personal income median for realtors?
I'd say net, because of the deductions.
Yeah,
do you wanna
deduct
say?
your home office, deduct your car, deduct,
30s and 40s?
everything.
And there's
30 to-
getting your upholstery clean from your client's kids that sneezed fudge sickle juice in the back
Right.
seat,
Yeah,
Say 30 to 50K.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think the median's like 40, so it's got to be like 42 or something, 38, 42, something like that. Is that the net?
We say between 30 and 50?
I think I might go lower. I think I might go like in 28 to 32.
Okay. And you do bookkeeping.
And
doesn't
she's a recovering CPA.
Yeah,
so
okay, she's a copy CPA. Okay, that's why I like you.
she
My
had to
dad's a
choose
CPA.
recovering
Okay.
alcoholic, recovering
Yeah.
CPA.
You were a CPA?
I am.
Okay, very nice, very nice. That's
The
why you're so
median
smart.
net personal income for realtors across the United States in 2020 was $23,500.
You were right. Elaina, well played. She was only off by 4,000 and change.
That's what you get paid to go to graduate school in physics.
But it's a misleading number because of what she said, because of the deductions.
Right.
Is that not fair?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not misleading because they're,
Well, it's legal.
they're costs.
Yeah, right.
They're costs of doing business, and you're an independent contractor when you're a real estate agent. You're not an employee.
But
so-
not every individual has that luxury or that opportunity
Of what?
of the deductions to lower their costs, to lower their income.
Oh, okay.
Is that wrong? I mean, you're the CPA. You're smarter than
No, I mean, I think they find every reason to deduct everything, which is not,
It's the right way.
it's the right way to do it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's, if you can, if you make 100,000 and you have to get your car cleaned because you're driving around clients, or you have to pay for cleaning of a house because your clients drug through mud through the house. I mean, there's every reason to deduct things because that's how you make your money, and you have to spend money to make money. So,
And then the tax rate on what's left is 28 to 30%.
yeah, it's pretty, I mean, it's not even that. It's probably like 18 to 22 or something.
18 to 20.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Very good.
all right.
Very good. Do you have one?
I mean, I could do something personal, but I like listening to Lee. I want to
Okay.
hear. I want to hear the 3 topics.
Okay.
How
you
are we
want
on
to hear
time?
some cross-industry
We're playing
ones?
time.
Yeah, I want to do the
Cross-industry
cross-industry one.
Cross-industry ones. Okay. All right. Here are the 2 truths and a lie. 27% of college tuition collected is dedicated to scholarships. That's number 1. Number 2, 21% of people in the U.S. do not plan to buy a home. Number 3, 8% of private sector workers in the U.S. are employed in the restaurant industry.
Number 3 is wrong.
Yeah. I thought it was 3 as well.
She says that with such assuredness.
Well, it's because we've learned, because restaurants have been devastated
Now,
by COVID
okay.
and the impact restaurants
talking
have on the
And
economy.
Pandemic.
these are pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Because, yeah, Census Bureau hasn't published the statistics.
Post-COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the number's closer to like 50% of American adults work in the food industry.
Is food industry restaurants? Is the entire supply chain of restaurants like is it US Foods? Is that the big provider?
Cisco, U.S.
Cisco?
Foods.
Sure how...
Do they fit in that?
Census
I'm not sure what
Bureau-
The supply
The
chain.
The
borders
Census Bureau, probably restaurant industry, I would say,
We have our own NIAX code, so.
yeah. I don't know, actually, I guess I should say. I'm not sure how they categorize it, but as the Census Bureau classifies the restaurant industry.
I think like food manufacturing, agricultural, and distribution would fall under a different type of NIAX code that wouldn't fall under that same category. But I do believe 8% is too low, and I think it's closer to 50%.
She sounds really certain.
Yeah, I
of this.
trust her instinct. I trust her instinct.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the people not planning to buy a home? I got that from National Association of Realtors, by the way. They have some great data on their site.
They have awesome data on
Yeah.
their site.
I had to pay for a subscription to get all the data, though. I didn't like that.
I'm sure you can text Keith and
Yeah, I
Get
just
it
have to give him more than 2 hours notice.
I think our largest single home buying population is like 86% of them plan to buy a home. So I don't know the aggregate data that you're referring to, but no single group of non-homeowners that they have surveyed has a rate of less than like 86, 88, sometimes 92% in wanting to buy a home or planning on buying a home. And I think too, some of it's in the question. I'm planning on buying a home.
Do not plan. It is not on execution. It was a lot harder to find that statistic.
Yeah.
Jerry, what are the viewers saying?
well, we have people playing and offering 3 truths and a lie if we want to play. Most folks think it's the restaurant, and then Ray Cadell has options for us to play with him from his home on. I always say Earlysville. I know it's not Earlysville, Ray. I'm sorry. I forget what the exact neighborhood is. I'm going to go with Elaina Mangione on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Elaina. She sounds really certain of herself.
Number one, and I've mentioned this on the show before, only 1.3% of all tuition that is paid is dedicated to scholarships. Think about that.
Say it again.
Only 1.3% of college tuition collected is dedicated to scholarship. I said 27%. We wish it was that high, close to the poverty line. About 1%. You wonder why they have an affordability issue. So anyway, you can fact check me on this, Elaina, but when I looked it up, it said 8% of private sector workers in the U.S. are employed in the restaurant industry. And you're right, the second one is tough. I try to find how many people actually end up buying a home.
It
which
depends
is a
on
different
how you
question,
get,
right?
yeah.
Do you want Ray's 2 truths and a lie? You ready? Ray Cadell says, I've backed up Frank Sinatra. I've backed up Johnny Mathis, and I've backed up Rosemary Clooney. Ray Cadell, the fabulous horn player. He says, I've backed up Frank Sinatra, I've backed up Johnny Mathis, I've backed up Rosemary Clooney.
Oh, so which one's the lie?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no context for this.
He's a talented horn
It's
player.
all very believable.
Yeah.
If you know Ray.
With
Today's
his
the
talent.
28th, that's an even number. I'm going to go 2. 2 is also an even number.
So you said Johnny Mathis is the lie?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a very scientific methodology.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's best to come up with something completely random.
Keith Smith in St. Martin says Johnny is the lie. So we have countries watching. What do you think is?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he has backed up Frank Sinatra.
I think I remember a comment to that effect,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I'm making it up now because I'm reading it.
I think he said that. I mean, that would be something you would tell people.
I would
He backed
imagine.
up Frank
I would
Sinatra.
imagine.
Yeah. So we say Frank. How about Rosemary or Johnny Mathis, Quinton?
I mean, I think I'm going to go with everybody else and say it's Johnny.
I guess, yeah.
Keith is
Yeah.
saying Johnny is the lie as well. I see his little notes here.
All right, we're going to go Johnny. Ray Cadell, let us know what the answer is. We all say Johnny Mathis is the lie. We think you've backed up Frank Sinatra and you've backed up Rosemary Clooney. Please put it in the feed. And while we wait for Ray Cadell to give us an answer, we have 3 truths and a lie from St. Martin and Keith Smith. Do you want that one there?
He doesn't get to do this. He's on vacation.
Right.
Keith, you should be relaxing.
I think this is his relaxing. Oh, Ray answered. Ray said Rosemary is the lie, and it's one of my biggest regrets in music. I love her dearly. So he has not backed up Rosemary. Johnny, Keith says Johnny never had a big band. Well, Ray backed up Johnny. Rosemary's the lie. That's a good one right there. Interesting. How about this one from the guest for you? Keith, I asked Yona's hand in marriage on the phone. Yona speaks 2 languages. I visited every major Western and Eastern European capital once. I know for a fact that he asked Yona his beautiful 7/8 on the phone.
If you listen to his show, you know
Yeah.
that. So I think number 1 is true.
Yeah.
The second, Yona speaks a lot more than
Yeah,
two.
a lot more than
she
two.
speaks
Gotta be the
at
third.
least 2.
Yeah.
So 2's the lie. I know for a
No,
fact.
Yeah, two's the lie.
that she speaks
Yeah.
more than 2 languages. And then he said he's visited every major Western and Eastern European capital once. I don't know if that's true, but I do know for a fact Yona speaks more than 2 languages.
I mean, do you
Yeah.
really think he's been to the capital of North Korea?
Western and Eastern European, is North Korea?
Oh, hold it.
Yeah.
European is what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Okay, then
yeah.
never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
He traveled a lot. He was stationed over there,
Got it.
so that
Okay.
doesn't
I
surprise
hope
me
he's
at all.
not been to the capital of North Korea because he probably
I didn't
ain't
hear the
coming
European
yet.
part. Sorry.
So we're going to say Yona speaks a hell of a lot more than 2 languages, Keith Smith.
Yeah.
Are we saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And the
Okay.
subtext there is she's too smart for you, Keith. You know?
He openly admits that. He openly admits that. Let us know what the what it is here. I got another one for you. Okay, you ready?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I got some good ones too.
Okay. Well, we can go as long as we want. Do you have a busy day today?
No, I don't.
Well, what was the, how many
good.
hours do realtors work a week? You
well,
can say as
I'm
long
a
as you
broker.
are. So does that mean you work less?
This is kind of work.
This is
This
work.
is sort of work.
This is work. Okay. I proposed to my wife outside the downtown grill.
Is this you?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
Yeah, I proposed to my wife outside the downtown grill. I promised my wife that I would propose to her after by the end of the last quarter, Q1 of whatever year I proposed to her. I forgot what it is, Sonia. I'm sorry.
Wow.
So I proposed to my wife outside the downtown grill. I promised her that I would propose to her at the end of Q1 of the year I proposed to her. And then the final one, her labor was 36 hours long.
I think the labor one.
He's only got one kid, and first labor is long.
I don't know.
First labor is so
If we
long.
go by, yeah.
It would either have to be 1 or 3 because he was too, thinking about number 2.
In front of Downtown Grill.
R.I.P. Downtown Grill. R.I.P.
Yeah. They were first to fold in the pandemic, right?
I mean, it's a massive restaurant.
Yeah.
While you're
wrong.
thinking, we were correct about Yona. It's 5 languages.
Yeah.
Keith confirmed.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I don't think, proposing in front of Downtown Grill, I think that's the lie. What was that? Was that number 1?
Proposing in front of her downtown grill was number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elaina, what'd you say?
I think it was number 1. Yeah, that's the lie because oh no! At first I thought the 36 hours, but I don't know the kid. I don't know the background on that at all. So.
I've never had kids, so I don't know what that.
Ditto.
And you're a man. And you're a man.
Show up there in an hour, right?
And-
In an hour,
and-
in an hour.
And also, isn't
And
it after
odds are you'll never have labor.
Yeah. and
isn't
you're-
it after 24 hours they do a C-section because you can't? I don't
Not
know.
necessarily.
Oh,
right?
that's a whole different
This
set
is
of
his
myths.
former.
It also
former
depends
line
on-
of work.
You were a nurse.
Well,
so.
he was digging out hearts, and don't ask him for pictures because he actually will send you pictures, really disturbing.
Yeah, but I'm sure the man who was digging out hearts knows a thing or two about labor.
See, we got into the weeds again.
What's our guess? Quentin, where are you?
I'm with number 1 as well.
Okay.
Judah, do you remember? Judah was there. He was hiding, taking photos of the proposal.
Oh my gosh.
This is number 3, wasn't it?
I proposed to my wife outside the downtown grill. We went there for happy hour. She said, "Why are you ordering a double old fashioned and a beer at the same time?" Because I was freaking nervous. Okay, that's why I did that. My wife's labor was over 40 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
Long. I know.
Well, I had it wrong.
Quentin,
The
over
reason why.
40 hours long, and it was because the first one that are longer, like you said. So
All
that
right.
was a lie.
Jerry.
Yeah.
When
Those
you do
are not
these-
good lies?
do them so that they're so far. If it's like, if the actual answer is 40 and you say 36, it's like, so say something like her labor was 8 hours.
Okay, geonuclear power. Okay,
labor was like
geonuclear
3
power.
hours. That would have been, yeah.
We've switched games now. You've been voted off the island.
Do the sound effect. Do the back. There's like a burp over there. Or there's a fart noise. Yeah, there's the burp. There it goes. Sorry. Okay. It was over 40
Or
hours.
just-
so it was a lot.
You're out.
Yeah. That's
Oh, that one.
oh, right through my heart. All right, what do you got, Lee?
I got an
Elberson?
interesting one. This is on failure rates. Okay.
Failure rates.
Failure rates. 41% of all new real estate agents, fail after 5 years in the industry. 80% of all restaurants fail within 5 years of the grand opening. 52% of teachers leave after their 5th year.
Wow.
So I think number 1's a lie because the rate is that percentage fails much sooner than 5 years.
I mean, you know. I
If
trust you.
Half of everybody that gets a real estate license is not in business in year number 2 in most circumstances.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I take exception to the word fail.
way to frame it, right? It's learning, right? They learn a lesson.
Yeah.
That means
Life experience.
that they are no longer paying their business license. Yeah. And they
What's
have to
fun
close
about
their
this show is
FEIN
how
number.
you can learn about people's personalities. He's obsessive compulsive. You've now learned something about Elena's personality.
What did we learn?
What did we learn from Elaina?
I take exception to the word fail.
What did that teach us about her?
She's a very positive thinker.
Yeah.
That's what it teaches.
She's
you.
a bull.
Am I the bear?
You're the bear.
I'm always the bear.
You're the bear.
Being the bear.
She's a bull. I'm a bull too. He's the bear.
All right. So Quentin's pretty confident. It's number 1.
I mean, Quentin would know that.
I think number 1's wrong.
False.
Yeah.
I'll go with Quentin. He's speaking with
And if he
confidence here.
tries to tell me it's I'm wrong, I'm going to have to fight with him on it.
I pulled this from the National
you
Association
think-
of
I got a
Realtors.
knife for you if he tells
You
you
think-
you're wrong right
oh.
there. I carry it all the time. I
You
carry it
think-
all the time.
Hold on, you think it's sooner than 5 years or longer than 5 years?
It's sooner than 5 years.
For realtors, yeah. I think they think it's going to be something different.
I know, I have no idea about restaurants or teachers.
But he just said half the real estate
I know
agents
that
are
most
out in year
of my
2.
teachers growing up through school didn't even make it through the year. I had nothing to do with that. It wasn't me.
Yeah, but is that a specific to you, maybe an anecdotal thing?
I think number
knife
one.
and
I think
stab
number
him.
one as well. I think people go into real estate with a
You are
false.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
The highest failure rate is with real estate agents. 87% of them fail in the first 5 years, reported by National Association of Realtors.
That's a lot.
No.
Fail.
Is there just there's just not enough slices of the pie? Is that what it is?
Also, it could be that this their side hustle. It's not something
They're focused on?
Like a teacher
So-
trains for 4 or 5 years to be a teacher, so that's
So
probably
they're
why the
pot
failure rate
committed.
is so
They're
low.
pot committed there. Yeah.
Good
I think
poker
people
term.
enter real estate with an unrealistic idea of
It's an
what
easy
it
gig.
takes.
Yeah. And it's not.
They,
It's brutal.
They've watched too many television shows. And
Too much $1 million
Too much
listing.
HGTV.
Yeah.
And so I think they enter it with all of the best intentions, and they don't realize how much background work has to happen and how much education is involved.
And it's arguably one of the most competitive industries, certainly in Central Virginia. I mean, I would say, restaurants and then real estate agents, the two most competitive. Don't you think? I mean, there's a ton of restaurants. There are a ton of realtors.
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys
not
have
sure.
1,200?
I'm not even sure how to measure competition. I think I just think that so much of what makes you successful at being a real estate agent is hard to put a finger on and say it's this thing. It's really a bunch of things all together, and very few people walk in able to learn all that stuff at once.
There we go. Very good. We got one from California. If you guys want to play with Blake.
Is it Blake?
Blake is
yeah,
a
you know
fan.
what? By the way, we got to get Blake a T-shirt. He's always watching and commenting on the show. I'm gonna buy him a shirt. Ask him what his shirt size is.
What's
We'll
your
buy him-
shirt size, Blake?
Yeah.
All the mediums are spoken for, Blake, right here. But if you're not a medium, we got you. This is from Blake. I've met George W. Bush. I've met Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've met Willie Nelson. Blake Hawthorne.
Well, you can meet Arnold Schwarzenegger just about every third day in California, so I'm going to say that one's true.
Okay, so in Quinton, you've played poker with Blake.
Oh,
I have.
Blake,
I have.
And he grew up in Texas, and now he lives in Sacramento. So I think the George Bush thing, I think that makes sense. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger makes sense. I don't remember hearing any stories about
Willie.
Blake and I lived together for many years.
okay. Christopher Eagle, I see you watching. Give us one, Christopher Eagle. We would love to hear your 2 truths and a lie.
So we think Willie Nelson is the lie for Blake.
I think so. What do you?
I don't know, Blake.
You're the lie detector here. This is why you're always calling me when I try to bluff.
Yeah, it doesn't work in text.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work in text.
So we're going to say Willie Nelson?
I
Willie
mean,
Nelson.
logically, just based on his personal history, that would make the most sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Blake, we say Willie Nelson. Put it in the feed. Which one's the truths and which one's the lie? From California. Where in Cali is he watching there, Lee Elberson?
Right near Sacramento, a little place called Woodland.
Okay.
Yeah.
California. You spent time in Cali.
A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
look up the Tenderloin. That's probably where Quinton spent most of his time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh. I've been down there. It's scary, actually.
Can I do one?
Yes,
please.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. I won a trip to Hollywood in a crawfish eating contest by sucking more heads and pinching more tails in 1 minute than anybody else.
Okay.
You wouldn't have beat me.
Game on.
Oh. We should.
Oh, damn, I just gave it away. Bert and I were married right here in Charlottesville.
Okay.
And I have a $10 tattoo that's in the shape of a square that I tell everybody represents my husband.
I know some of these. I know at least one of them.
Her husband is in studio. He's the live studio audience. We're huge fans of Bert here.
I
she
I
was
think just for
very
fun,
energetic
Bert, you
about the
should write
crawfish.
down the line. Let's see if you get it right.
I've never had crawfish.
Never had
I need to
crawfish?
change that. I've
I'd
never
love
had
to pick
crawfish.
up a 40-pound sack and cook them out.
Yeah.
You love them?
Oh, aren't I going to a crawfish boil? I'm going to a crawfish boil soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this could be
They
arranged.
probably don't really
Okay,
know
give
how
us
to
the
boil
three
them.
again.
Okay, I
Get
won a
people-
trip to Hollywood eating crawfish contest.
Okay.
in a crawfish eating contest. I have a $10 tattoo that's in the shape of a square representing my husband. And Bert and I were married right here in Charlottesville.
I can tell you for a fact that the second one is true.
The tattoo one?
The tattoo one is true. I can tell you.
Where's your tattoo in the shape of a square?
Well,
May I ask
I
that
don't-
question?
Oh my God.
Am I getting fresh here?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Once we get to the answer, maybe I'll show you.
Okay. I mean, we have something over there that may help you.
Well, and that's assuming I'm right. There's no guarantee.
Well, you know her the best of anyone on this set.
Well,
Hey, Jerry, why don't you ask Bert?
I mean, my husband is here.
Well, Bert is not on set, though. Bert is not on set. He's in the live studio audience. That's the difference.
so it's between 1 and 3.
So what do you say?
You think number 3 is the lie?
Number what?
He thinks number 3 is the
I think
lie.
number 3 is the lie. I think you got married somewhere other than Charlottesville.
Correct. I got married in Bermuda.
In Bermuda, wow.
Yeah.
Bermuda, Bahama.
And-
Come on, pretty mama.
And it's tattoo time. Ready?
Yeah.
Good reveal. Good reveal. Like,
I thought you were going to get frisky on the show right now.
oh, man.
Blake said he hung out with Willie on his bus. He hung out with Bush in the cloakroom for drinks.
It was Arnold.
Arnold.
Bush had a club soda. He had a bourbon. Blake did. It was Arnold.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
It was Arnold. That was hilarious.
Wow, like you said, everybody can meet Arnold.
I'm also surprised when people meet Willie Nelson and recognize him.
Well, he's very recognizable.
Dude, it's really
Yeah. Long hair, super perma stoned. I mean, he's very recognizable.
Burma Stone.
Yeah.
Talked to him for 4 minutes before I knew who he was.
Really?
Yep.
You're a music aficionado.
Oh, that's not true.
Are you not a music aficionado?
No, I can talk a good game sometimes, but aficionado, nah.
Okay. Okay. Lee Elberson, we have more from our audience, but first, why don't we get to Lee
All right,
Elberson?
I got a really cool multi-industry one. This one I lined up so that all the numbers lined up. Okay, so pre-pandemic,
Okay.
number 1, there are about 106,000 public schools in the U.S.
106,000.
Number 2, there are about 106,000 restaurants in the U.S. Number 3, there are about 106,000 real estate brokerage firms in the U.S.
I think number 2 is a lie. 106,000?
Quentin, the wheels are turning over there. This is right up your alley, QB.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's
a
a
lot of brokerage firms.
The man's a
lot of
broker
restaurants.
himself. You got multiple brokerages
but
over here.
How do you count firms is how we get problematic with that.
Just talk to the National Association of Realtors. I just look at what they told me.
Yeah. How did they count is
Yeah.
problematic with that. Yeah, I'll bet you there's not that many public schools.
I think there's way more restaurants.
I think there is way more restaurants. I mean, just if we extrapolate from Charlottesville. What's
Blake
up?
says 2 is a lie. Way more restaurants than 106,000.
Yeah.
California Blake. I'm going to call him California Blake from here on out.
California Blake, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think number 2 is a lie.
I'm going to go with Blakeofornia.
California.
Blake.
Right.
Ray Cadell says there's 106,000 restaurants just in Charlottesville, I think.
660,000 restaurants pre-pandemic. Now, probably less. But, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when
Good
we
guess.
did, one of the statistics I found most interesting when we did that ill-fated trivia show was
That wasn't that bad.
that the United States has like, what, 6% of the children in the world, but 40% of the toys.
Yeah. That was a good stat.
Yeah.
I found that really interesting. Like, we single-handedly support the toy industry.
I think you closed the
Around the
show by
world.
saying, parents, get rid of your damn toys. Didn't you close the show by saying
I
something
don't
along
remember
those-
that, but it would not shock me.
Because you see a lot of them when showing homes.
Yeah. Well, yes. And it's painful to step on a Lego.
Oh,
Even in shoes, it kind of
I
hurts.
think I did that this morning.
Yeah.
Lee Elberson, you have another one. Or do you have one?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Okay, this one's
I got
Lee just looks so chipper.
This is a geographic one. This is
I got eradicated from
Judah, I
Two
hope
Truths
you're
and a Lie.
showing his face because of how chipper he looks.
Oh,
as
Hollywood
he tells-
Squares.
I'm going to phone a friend, Bert, so stay tuned. Pay attention.
Okay, so this is a geographic one about education. All right, so number 1, the most illiterate city in the United States is Long Beach, California. Number 2, Louisiana has the second worst rated school system in the continental U.S. Number 3, The most literate city in the United States is Fairfax, Virginia. So number 1, the most illiterate city is Long Beach, California. Number 2, Louisiana is the second worst rated school system in the continental U.S. And number 3, the most literate city is Fairfax, Virginia.
Number 3 is true.
Because you're saying a lot of money, proximity to D.C.
They just have a really amazing school system. I think number 1 is the lie.
You think Long Beach is not
Has
the
a higher
most
literacy rate.
You guys don't even want to consider maybe Louisiana's got a better education system?
Well,
Kind of discounting that?
it produced you, so it could not be that. It produced you.
Actually, that wasn't even, yeah. No, I don't really.
I'd go Long Beach, the Long Beach one. What do you got, QB?
I don't know. I was just trying to remember my friends in Long Beach and if they could read.
Could they read?
Mostly.
Yeah.
Short words.
Was it dime bag?
Way harsh, Ty.
Wow.
You said we
This
were.
is that point in the show where I'd be trying to pull the
You
cables
said
out.
we-
You let me sit over there.
You said we were throwing zingers.
Jerry, you might want to grab your knife back.
I know, shit. Okay, what do you got, QB?
What do you think is, so we
I don't think.
I think Fairfax is.
is the most literate?
I
Yeah,
do.
that sounds logical.
I think. I mean, it's right. We should consider 2 not to be true, but I still think number 1. But I don't know. I just.
I guess number 2 could be wrong for a number of reasons. I said it was the second worst. I would hope that maybe bump up, but I guess you could think that's the other direction.
I still think number 1.
I'm going to go with Elaina.
I'll go with
Number
Elaina,
1 is
too.
the lie.
I've been wrong all morning.
Yeah,
He's
me
going to
too.
buzz us.
I think I've been wrong.
Yeah.
The buzzer. What is
He's
this?
buzzing us.
Oh.
No.
Crash and burn.
Long Beach is the most illiterate city. Louisiana is the second worst, only to Mississippi. And number 3, Fairfax is not the most illiterate. They're not even in the top 20. Minneapolis. And
Really?
Washington,
What?
D.C. proper has some high literacy rates, but Minneapolis is the
What do you
highest.
attribute Minneapolis to being 1? I'm sure you've given that some thought. That's surprising, Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, I think when you look at quality, but you have to have a quality of public schools, and it's probably quality of public schools and wealth. And there is probably sufficient wealth in Minneapolis to sustain
A city that big.
So, this is a sincere question. As an educator, how do you decide where's the line between literate and illiterate?
That's a great question.
Yeah, they
Because
probably,
that feels like a big gray box.
With a huge delta.
yeah, they look at aggregate of standardized test scores going through school to determine literacy. There's obviously certain.
So there's like
issues
some
with that.
median point, and if you're on this side of it, you're literate, and if you're on this side,
Yeah,
you're not.
same with SOLs, right? Under 400
Gotcha.
you fail, and it's like, I got a 398. It's like, nope, too bad.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I like it. Do you have any more? Lee, I'm really glad you came prepared today with 2 truths and a lie.
I think you stayed awake all night.
I didn't, but I was up till, I'll be honest, I did probably about 3 hours of work. It took me only an hour to put together the questions, 2 hours to fact check everything. I knew I had to go to National Association of Realtors because you would be on me, and the restaurant data, I knew you would be on your game, so I collected everything from Census Bureau.
Interesting.
Do you have any more?
Got tons, yeah. All right. All right, so this one is about
Judah, we should order food.
the
We
oldest-
could. I know a great Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Family style.
Come on, catering, Elaina.
A
Let's go.
family style.
I brought food around before.
She has. She did for the telethon. She was very generous. And we had, was it Bert's Old Fashioned? It was Bert's Old Fashioned, right?
That's right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
brought a picture of Old Fat.
It was
no,
Camber.
Bert's Manhattan.
Oh, Bert's Manhattan. That's
Yeah.
right. Bert's Manhattan. That's what it was.
All right, here we go. This is about some of the oldest schools. The oldest continually operating school in the world was founded in 859 AD in Morocco. That's number 1. Number 2, the first school was founded by a woman. Number 3, William and Mary, founded in 1836. is the oldest institution in higher education in the United States?
I grew up in Williamsburg. That's true. William and Mary. William and Mary. And your mom is very proud of you.
I'm assuming.
She said you are always prepared. She's watching right now in Louisiana. She says she's very proud of you.
Yeah, she's vice president of my fan club, so I appreciate that.
Who's the president?
Duh.
Oh, your wife.
My wife.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, can't they be co-chairs?
I'll let them duke it out.
Okay, smart man. That was a smart man.
So number one was the oldest.
Your ability to enter into awkward spaces is really stunning.
The oldest operating school was
good
founded
host.
in 859 AD in Morocco. Number two was the first school was founded by a woman. And number three was William and Mary, founded in 1636, is the oldest institution of higher education in the U.S.
I'm willing to believe that.
Yeah.
Number three, I'm willing to believe.
I'm willing to believe
Morocco
number two.
actually had one of the largest libraries until a war burnt it down to the ground, and was the center of a lot of university work until, I don't know, all these religious people got in a fight. So that sounds kind of believable to me. And if I go back in time, women weren't allowed to do anything. Like, Elena's the antithesis of that.
So we're going to say...
Generically, I would say number two is the lie.
And they're co-chairs, Cindy says.
Okay. All right.
Co-chairs.
Fair.
That's very magnanimous of you, Cindy.
I was thinking number one, but I've been wrong all morning. So.
Well, let's each take. Let's see. She thinks number one's the lie. I think number two.
Jerry?
You know what? I've been going with Elaina Mangione all morning over here.
What am I, chopped liver?
We're just thinking alike this morning, but we have not been right. So, I'll go with... Really?
Harvard is the
No.
oldest institution before
Okay, I let
William
us
and
down
Mary.
wrong.
Yes.
Is that true?
That is absolutely
What
true.
are the years?
Harvard was 1636, and I believe William and Mary was 40 or 50 years later.
Harvard was first?
Harvard was 1636.
Founded
yes.
by whom?
I should probably know this. I don't know.
John Harvard.
John Harvard. There you go.
I don't know. I just made
She
that
made that up.
Hey,
Not true.
this is why she's good at this game.
Who founded Harvard University? I'm going to do a quick Google search. Damn, Lee, that was a good one.
But William and Mary it's a very old institution, very close.
So that's the oldest in Virginia.
Definitely the oldest in Virginia.
Dude, Harvard was founded by John Harvard. The Reverend John Harvard in 1636. You're 100% right. How did you know that?
I'm sure I've heard
You're
it
shooting
somewhere.
from the hip over
Yeah.
Great.
there. Wow. Very, very nice. This is fun. Elberson, give us one more.
All right, here we go. Here's back to some multiple industries. Here we go. Number one, 6.7 million students are expected to be enrolled in public schools next year.
6.7? Wow.
Number two, 15.1 million restaurant employees pre-pandemic were employed. Number three, of all of the real estate agents, 1.4 million of those are licensed agents as realtors. Actually licensed realtors and not just agents. Can you tell us what's the difference between
Realtors aren't a license. So you are licensed as a real estate agent based on the state you live in.
Okay.
And then you join the Realtor Association
Okay.
in order to participate in that association, adopt the code of ethics, and participate in their MLS services.
Okay.
Think of it as a union that's a closed shop. So there are areas that are not realtor associations, but they're very rare and uncommon. The Realtor Association is a very very pervasive institution throughout the country.
And maybe, Elaina, can you give us some background? So in the restaurant industry, what is you think the general percentage of employees that are employed front of the house versus back of the house? Where are most of the employees?
Oh, that's a good question. Is it a 50-50 split?
In my restaurant, it's about 50-50.
Do you think that holds true nationally? 50-50 split?
I'd say more.
I mean, I think so. It takes a lot to run both sides of the house, and so I, yeah. I mean, everybody's got a role, and the bigger the restaurant, the more roles have to be filled. Like, it's not just one server per table. You have the sommelier, you have the bread distributor, you have the water filler, you have the person, the food runner. So, I mean, there's like multiple roles. So I do think that that's often 50-50 in...
Okay.
What is the biggest restaurant by staff in this area, do you think?
Are you counting hotels?
I think those would be a different category, right? Hotels? You think it's 3-notch by staff? That place is massive.
Bodos.
Oh, that could be it.
I mean, 3 locations.
So,
Oh,
is
okay,
it
so-
fair to group
Bakers.
the locations? Because at
Yeah,
that
I would say, is it fair to group the locations?
Yep.
Okay.
well, at that point, do you consider
Do
the
they
markets at
rotate?
Tiger Fuel?
Yeah, and what about Mud House?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're doing multiple locations, I think that's tough.
How about individual?
Total employees that work there. Bodo's employs a lot of part-time, or at least they used to, pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
It might be like 50 people per location.
I think before it
150.
closed down, the steakhouse on the mall,
Prime or downtown? Downtown Grill?
Prime 109. Yeah.
Prime 109. They had an army.
They had a
Yeah.
massive staff.
There's a lot of overhead with that one.
All right, we're veering off of
Oh, sorry.
the boat here. Let's
Back in
come
the
back.
weeds.
Okay, number
Okay.
1, 6.7 million public students. Number
I think
2,
there's more than-
15.1 million restaurant employees. And number 3, 1.4 million realtors.
I think there's more than 6.7 million children in the United States, like way more. And I think that has to be bigger. But
They don't all be going to public school.
Well, I know, but
Enrolled in public
So I
school,
believe
yeah.
number 3 is true. It's roughly 1.4 million.
And I'm not going to do a Jerry thing and be like, oh, it's 1.35 million.
Sorry. I was coming up with mine on the fly.
So number 3 is true. So we're left with 1 or 2.
yeah, I don't. I still think it's 1. but-
Okay. I'm going to go with Elaina again.
I'm going to go with Elaina.
Great. That's ding. Yep. Yeah, there are actually 51 million students.
51 million. There's 330 Americans.
51 million.
51 million. So what are we talking, like 15% roughly?
50 over 300, something like that.
Yeah. Rough estimate, 15%.
Is it 1 over 7?
1/7?
Yeah. 1/7?
Yeah. I mean, it's 14.2, but it's fine.
Common denominator.
14.2, he said. All right, how about this? We close with this. Weekend plans? Anyone? This man's having a...
I'm having a barbecue
know.
on Sunday. First time.
And you're all invited.
gathering.
Isn't it interesting? He calls
We'll be
it a
posting his home
barbecue.
address.
He calls it a barbecue and not a cookout. He calls it a barbecue and not a cookout. That's interesting.
I guess I could call it a gathering. I don't even know if we're going to have the barbecue fired up. We're getting people together to play games and have fun.
And have
Yeah.
food.
yeah,
Yeah.
and have food.
It's Sunday,
Sunday.
yeah? At the
4 p.m.,
Elberson.
my house.
At the Elberson
It was
Casa.
an Impromptu invite. And Elaina, y'all are welcome to come.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you?
I think I am going to meet my great niece who was born during the pandemic this weekend. My nephew and his wife and
Wow.
brand new baby are coming down to visit. So I'm really excited to meet Ava. And then I think I'm going to try and hit the Ravenna on my kayak, my brand new kayak. My what is it, Virgin Float? I don't know.
You guys are kayaking.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool.
So that's my big.
Where do you drop in, on High Street?
Last couple times we dropped in under the bridge at 29 North.
Okay.
By Polo Grounds, and I don't know what we're gonna do this weekend.
And you park down river?
One of us parks downriver. One
We
of
split
us
up.
We split up.
You do it too?
On occasion.
Very nice. Are you an outdoorsy guy? I know you have to ride your bicycle.
But back in the day where if you put the witch in the water and the water accepted her, it started back then. And
With that complexion, you'd expect he's always outside,
exactly. With that grin, we think you have bodies buried.
I love when you throw zingers, QB. So what are you doing?
I don't know. I haven't really thought that far. I have a variety of invites and people wanting me to join them for plans that I want to do. But it also feels like post
Mr. Popularity.
The fate of
Mr.
the popular.
Popularity.
No, it's just everybody knows I'm single, so it's more of a pity thing. They're like, oh, We should see if he's busy.
You're a very likable
think
dude.
that's the case.
That's not what it is. You're
they're like,
likable and charismatic.
And it just feels like the whole world has opened up again, and we're starting fresh from new. And so I think my mind's pretty full of that.
How do we all feel about
And
that?
Great.
Yeah.
It's time.
I'm really excited about it.
Trepidation?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. I am happy, but we don't have the staff to open 100% capacity. And I also think some people are still going to veer away from sitting. My restaurant, when you came in pre-pandemic, the tables were right next to each other. It was very European in nature, putting as many people as possible. We're not going to go back to that right away.
Okay. Okay. Mangione's on Main, guys. Phenomenal restaurant.
What are you doing this
Phenomenal
weekend?
restaurant. Spending time with my little guy and my wife. Playing in a pickleball tournament. Want to see if I can find my way to his cookout over here. Every day is a different day with the child. I definitely want to try to make that. And Ray Cadell is playing taps on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is, today was fun. This is a good idea. You
It's
mixed
fun.
it up. Quinton Beckham.
Yeah. Quentin, great.
Thank you for
show.
being prepared.
Yeah. Cindy.
Out of all of us, certainly,
Cindy, you did well with
you
Lee.
get the prize for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get a little ribbon?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. No.
We'll give
No.
you, play a sound effect. That's what you get. You get the sound box.
What's a good sound effect?
I think
That's a good idea.
I think Liza's got some spare dog treats.
Sorry.
How about the audience?
Oh, the round of applause she wanted.
The
To
round
get
of
us out of
applause.
here.
Round of applause.
Round
Okay,
of
here we go.
applause. That's Bert. Thank you, Bert, right there.
And I'm really excited for Tuesday.
What's Tuesday?
Tuesday
your
we'll be
guest.
back here
Tell us,
with
tell
Nikki
us.
Chambliss, who is a realtor that works for me, and a client friend, Deandra McDonald. And they are both going to talk to us about real estate investing and having investment properties when you don't have a ton of cash in the bank.
There you go.
Deandra, interesting note, I met her, she can correct me, I want to say it's been 6 years ago. It was one of those random leads off the internet. She had $3,000 and a choice between paying off her used car or buying a house. She bought her first house with that $3,000 here in town, small duplex, and she now owns 30 doors.
Dang.
Quit her full-time job at UVA and is a full-time
I guess property
investor,
manager.
manages her own
Yeah.
properties, has some really cool stories and some great ideas on how to do that.
It's Tuesday.
And that is Tuesday.
I am
Fun.
pumped for that. Good
It's
job.
a lot of fun.
Is
It'll
the
be a
show
lot of
taking
fun.
a break on Monday, Jerry? Do
The
you
sh-
take days off?
The show may take a break. The good thing is, this is my work right here. I mean, how fun is this?
It's pretty fun.
This is what I do.
Lucky man.
So that's the
I think next time we should have like median statistics on Jerry. Worked hours, income,
Okay, no, actually.
fan
How
club.
about beverages?
I was going to say, next time we should have to take
Blood
a shot every
alcohol
time we're
level.
wrong.
Oh, that would be fun.
Wait a second, I
Did
do
you
have
hear
a-
what she said?
Yes,
Anytime
I
we're
did.
wrong, we take it. You would play that game. You may not play it in the morning, but
Yeah.
we could play that game.
I have a pitch for us. Let's do it.
Okay.
I Love CVille after hours,
Okay.
and we'll have drinks. We should play hot ones. Anyone here have a hot sauce, a version to hot sauce?
Oh, yeah,
We go
can't
up
do
with
that.
increasing hot sauce, and then you ask people questions. And as the hot sauce gets hotter, you have a tough time with those filters. And I think it would work very well in Jerry.
I think it would. I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm down for anything. You know, I'm down for
All
anything.
right, I think that would be a lot of fun.
We-
I have the hot sauces.
Let's do it.
I was more interested in the drinking.
They're not
Except
mutually
that I don't know
Yeah.
I would
Me too.
incentivize losing.
I didn't really like it.
It depends on how much
How
you
about if we
drink.
take a shot if we get it right?
We have a bar.
You want us to try? Come on.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was fun and light and entertaining on a Friday. Have a good weekend. Guys, be safe. Support local. Please be safe. And thank you for joining us here on Real Talk, presented by Yes Realty Partners and the Yes Team Realtors. Guys, the I Love CVille show is up in 58 minutes with Brian Pinkston. Take care. Nicely done. That was fun.
Super fun.
Great
Thank you.
show. Awesome.
Thank you so much for making this work. Lee, nice stuff. Nicely done. Well, Judah, good work.
All right, and I will coordinate